Hello and welcome to tonight's edition of On the Infield, where we're coming to you from Virginia's Speedway City. Tonight on the program we'll show you the Speedway Sedan Digest Modified Sedan Cup. We've got South Australia's and Victoria's best modified sedan drivers ready to battle over 4 heat races and also the all-important final. So please sit back and enjoy On the Infield's presentation tonight of the Speedway Sedan Digest Modified Sedan Cup. So heat 1 now, the Speedway Sedan Digest Modified Sedan Cup on the racetrack. This one over 12 laps, Robbie Foe and the 19 of David Smith, a couple of Mildura drivers on the front row. Then it's Robert Dart and the 12 of Richard Pipe on the second row as we go green here in heat 1. As they go through turn number 1 and 2, you can see the cars jostling for spots further back, almost 3 wide. As they go through turn number 2. But down the back straight away for the first time, here comes car number 12, that bright green machine out of Victoria. Mark Carlin trying to find the inside groove on car number 22 of Robert Dart. As they go through turn number 4, there's the former national champion in car number 7 of Justin Drew. Heading down the inside of car number 9 of Terry Brown as they came out of turn number 2. There's the 12 machine of Mark Carlin out of Victoria. As they go through turn number 3 and 4, but it's Victoria number 11. Of Robbie Foe, the crazy kid who leads the pack down the front chute. Then we go back to car number 19 of David Smith, then it's Mark Carlin, then the 22 of Dart battling it out with former South Australian champion in car number 6 of Peter Spider McCarthy in the little RX-7 as they go down past turn number 4. Robert Dart and the 22 doing a nice job. Here comes car number 9 on the outside. Out of Mount Barker, it's Terry Brown as he puts the pass on Spider McCarthy in front of this George Tapnell stand there in turn number 2. A bit of contact there between McCarthy and Browns went down the back straight away. We look now at the front. It's car number 11 now coming under attack from David Smith as Robbie Foe, the race leader, of course. Then we look back at good freight train of cars further back. There's the 72 of Martin Horse in the bright black race car, forcing his way forward. He too is a former South Australian champion. As our leader now starts to encounter some lap traffic, the 99 of Corey Reed. Well and truly off the pace here, the car not handling or performing as it should. The Andy Hilly owned number 99 tonight being driven by V8 Dirt modified racer Corey Reed. Would be surprised to see that race car pulling onto the infield very shortly. As we look further back, a bit of contact there. I think Spider McCarthy was involved in that in car number 6. But our leader is still Robbie Foe in car number 11. The XF Falcon pacing the field here at heat number 1. Quite a long journey for these heat races this evening. 12 laps around this 430 metre venue at Speedway City. Into turn number 1 and 2, it's still Robbie Foe. Then David Smith and Mark Carlin in the 3rd spot. So Victoria 1, 2 and 3 at the moment. As we have a look there at Terry Brown in car number 9 is around about 5th and 6th at the moment in this race. In fact, we look back, he's currently in the 5th position. But there's 1, 2 and 3 at the moment as we see the 99 of Corey Reed pulling onto the infield. Rotten luck for that race team. Andy Gilly, of course, instrumental in getting the modified sedans here at Speedway City this evening in organising this Speedway Sedan Digest Modified Sedan Cup. As we see our leader starting to smoke a little bit now as he goes through turn number 1 and 2. You see the 19 of David Smith starts to smell blood. You can see that car in front of him not running the way it should. Also the 22 of Robert Dart starting to smoke now as well as Terry Brown starts to move in on the back of the 22. A bit of contact there on the exit of turn number 4 between Mark Carlin and David Smith, and Carlin now runs in the 2nd spot. And have a look further back, great racing here as we see the number 7 of Justin Drew around the outside of the 72 of Martin Horson. So good racing at the front of the pack here and also a good mid-race stoush as well. Still Robbie Foe, the race leader. Mark Carlin working his way forward nicely, making his Speedway City debut here this evening. Hales out of Geelong in Victoria as we see him now taking over the race lead past the Mildura driver, Robbie Foe. In fact, Foe drifts a little high in turn number 4 and David Smith now takes over 2nd as well as we see a couple of cars spin at the top of the screen. That's Spider McCarthy and also Bronte Perkins. The checkered flag's out for car number 12 of Mark Carlin.
And he was one of Victoria's best modified sedan drivers, Justin Drew. Justin, welcome to Speedway City.
Yeah, thanks. It's great to be here. First time I've been here, so it should be a good night.
Now, you've won quite a few big events during your career. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I've had a few feature wins here and there and had a big one in Murray Bridge. Not last year, the year before. Won the Australian title over there and it was good.
Now you race in Victoria around places like probably Geelong, and is there any racetrack that you've really raced on that's similar to this one?
Warrnambool's a bit similar. Race there, and also Mildura. Mildura's, well, I was talking to Marty, he said it's very similar, so we normally go pretty good there, so hopefully it goes all well.
And of course this is a rained out event. You didn't make it the first time. What made you come back tonight?
Yeah, we just didn't have the car ready, and had it on the dyno and had a few dramas, but yeah, got it done Friday, so we're here, mate.
And how do you find the South Australian competition? I know it's pretty tough in Victoria, but there's some good cars over here?
Yeah, definitely. There's heaps of good cars. Like, I think everyone here tonight will be a good chance to win.
And so your expectations for tonight, obviously you said you had never driven here before, but would you set yourself when you're driving over along the freeway?
I just want to finish. It's the first meeting, so if we can get on the podium, that'll be a bonus.
And just tell us a bit about this car. It's a pretty new one for you.
Yeah, we ran one season last year in it. It was a new car last year. We had a VS before this. This is the VY, and a lot different to drive and a lot different to set up, but sort of getting a grip of it now. So.
Oh, well, thanks for your time, and all the best for the competition tonight, and we may see you in Victory Lane.
No worries.
Protect Paints presents the South Australian Sprint Car title Saturday, January 19 at Speedway City, Supple Road, Virginia. See a V8 war on wings in bigger engines and more horsepower than ever seen before as they roar around the Speedway City Clay Oval in both the 410 and 360 SA Sprint Car titles. Also catch Clary the Clown go nuts in a mad minibus explosion. Gates open 4:30. Racing from 6 Saturday, January 19 for the Protect Paints South Australian Sprint Car title at Speedway City, and you know you just gotta be there.
Heat 2 now lining up with Bronte Perkins on the front row. Alongside him in car number 99 is Corey Reid. In the second row, the 72 of Martin Horton. In car number 9 of Terry Brown as we go green here. Into turn number 1 and 2 is Bronte Perkins on the inside. Terry Brown on the top side. And Brown will lead them as they come out of turn number 2. Perkins is slotted to second. Then there's a 72 of Martin Horton. A little bit of contact there between the 7 and the 12, and sandwiched in the middle there, the 22 of Robert Dart. As we take a look at the replay, just keep an eye on the black car and also the 12 of Mark Carlin as they head down the back chute. I think you'll find the 12 just gets in the back of Justin Drew there, spinning the car around, and Robert Dart and also Robbie Foe make contact there. Very heavy contact on the Justin Drew machine and the 22 of Robert Dart. There's the contact right there. And Drew just carries too much speed because of it into turn number 3. Spider McCarthy just gets past. Robert Dart spins to avoid the contact, but Robbie Foe gets into the side. And a chain reaction from that point. So on the restart, it'll be Bronte Perkins and Corey Reid on the front row. Have a look, very quick to the outside in car number 9 was Terry Brown as they go down through turn number 1 and 2. And Bronte Perkins in car 69 will lead them down the back chute. Terry Brown in the second spot in the beautiful silver and blue car runs very high indeed in turn number 3 and 4. Almost scrapes the concrete, allowing a couple of cars underneath him. So Martin Horston now up into the second spot in car number 72. Also the 6 of Peter McCarthy's gone past as well. Mark Carlin in car number 12. Looks like he may have been sent to the rear of the field here on the restart for the cause of the accident. He's now working his way forward. He's in behind the 9 of Terry Brown. There's Corey Reid and also the number 31 of Ben Tuttle and little VK Commodore. But our leader is still Bronte Perkins in car number 69. In the second spot, the Mildura driver, the 72 of Martin Horton. Our leader very high indeed in turn number 4. 3 wide almost as they come out of turn 4. Good racing here from the Modifieds. As the car number 12 of Richard Pipe and also Ben Tuttle bring down the caution. See the 69 of Perkins very high indeed. As you look further back, the 12 of Richard Pipe spinning just in front of the 31. In fact, it may be the 19 of David Smith involved in that one rather than Ben Tuttle. So on the restart, the 69 will lead them away. A very good start indeed from Bronte Perkins, or the 6 of Spider McCarthy. May have just been caught napping there, back there in the second spot. As we've seen, a good battle for third between Martin Horton and Terry Brown. These two drivers race against each other very hard indeed, week in, week out. As we see Mark Carlin making contact with the concrete and a car spinning as well down there, bringing out yet another caution. So as we take a look at the instant replay, we'll just try to pick up that car that spun As you can see, the number 12 of Mark Carlin, who gets up very high and makes contact with the concrete wall right about here. Just drifts up a little high, makes contact in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. In fact, I think it may be the 19 of David Smith, who was spun around there in turns number 3 and 4. So on the restart, it'll be Bronte Perkins to lead away. Then the 6 of Spider McCarthy, the 9 of Terry Brown in the 3rd spot. Then it's Martin Horse and Mark Carlin. They're the top 5 that have been for a majority of this one. Down through turn number 3 and 4 once again. Our leader now is the 6 of Spider McCarthy. I think another car is spun in the back of the picture. Let's hope it can remain green. This race hasn't really got into a groove yet. Quite a few caution periods as they go through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, the 69 of Bronte Perkins has spun this time and just backs into the concrete. And the race has been declared. So the race has been declared. So we're looking at now heat number 3. Heat 3 on the Speedway. The line's now coming into effect. On the pole will be Mark Carlin in car number 12 on his outside, the SA12 of Richard Pipe. As we go racing into turn number 1 and 2, the track a little greasy now. It has been prepared just prior to this heat race for the Modified Sedans. Oh, contact on the back straight and spinning in concert, the 12 of Richard Pipe and also the 31 of Ben Tuttle. As we have a look at the instant replay, we'll see what caused this incident. Oh, the 12 of Pipe got a little sideways and Ben Tuttle just got into the back and just finished him off. In fact, another car spun to avoid contact as well. So 3 cars spinning on the back straight away. Quite a dramatic start to this one as we go green once again. All cars back into their original positions here on the restart as they head down through turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Richard Pipe got it all wrong on the exit of turn number 2 and has dropped right to the tail of the field. He did start in the front row, so a rotten start for Richard Pipe, but our leader in car number Victoria 12 is Mark Carlin. In the 2nd spot, David Smith. In the 6 of Spider McCarthy, the 72 of Martin Horson, trying to force his way past, I think it was the 69 of Bronte Perkins. Our leader is Mark Carlin. 2nd place, David Smith. There's Bronte Perkins battling it out there with Corey Reid. Good to see Reid back on the pace here after his earlier difficulties. As they head down the back street past the family stand on the back straight away. Into turn number 3 and 4 past the beautiful lap counter here at Speedway City. Out of turn number 4, you see the track just going away a little bit in turn number 4. There's the 99 of Corey Reid trying to put the move on the 69 of Bronte Perkins down the back street. This has been a good scrap early in this heat. Once again, 12 laps to journey. It is still Mark Carlin the leader. Oh, both those 2 cars making contact. Corey Reid and also the 69 of Bronte Perkins got a little personal out there. They were racing very hard up to that point. But as Mark Carlin continuing to pace the field here, a bit of smoke now coming from the back of the number 12. Looks like it may just be a bit of tyre smoke, perhaps a guard rubbing on the left rear tyre as it makes its way around the venue. There's the 9 of Terry Brown, the Emerson Gardens driver. Corey Reid in behind him. Our leader is the Victorian Mark Carlin 2nd, another Victorian out of Mildura, David Smith. Then a fellow Sunraysia competitor, the 72 of Martin Horson, back there in 3rd. As we see the 69 of Bronte Perkins getting a little high there and just looping it in turn number 1. You can see the track a little bit greasy in turn 1. Just got above the cushion, lost some traction and spun it out in turn number 1. He'll go to the tail of the field on the restart. But it's a 12 of Mark Carlin leading him away. David Smith now right on the boot lid of the BA Falcon as it heads down the back chute into turn number 3 and 4. A whole bunch of Falcons at the front of the field, followed by a Commodore back there in 4. Good Holden versus Ford Stoush in the Modified Sedans. 6-cylinder production-based race cars through turn number 4. Our leader is still Mark Carlin, then it's David Smith, then the 12 of, in fact it's the 9 I should say, of Terry Brown in the 72. Oh, Martin Horse, and that's how it's been for a majority of this one. A couple of cars on the infield, the 31 of Ben Tuttle. taking no further part in this one. Down past the newly named George Tatnall stand. In turn number 2, past the Greater Gate as they head down the back straight away. Position's pretty stagnant here in the heat number 3 of the Speedway Sedan Digest Modified Sedan Cup. Mark Carlin not too far away from the victory here as he goes through turn number 1 and 2 once again. The battle really is for second and third between David Smith and Terry Brown. As we look further back, there's Richard Pipe and also the 6 of Peter Spider McCarthy battling it out. Probably 5th position on the racetrack. Out of turn number 4. Clicks another lap down in the books. It's still Carlin, Smith, Brown and Horson down the back chute. Beautifully prepared racetrack here at Speedway City this evening. The inaugural running of the Speedway Sedan Digest Modified Sedan Cup. You're seeing it exclusive here on the infield as the checkered flag comes out for Mark Carlin, and a good drive from the Victorian here in heat number 3. The Speedway Sedan Digest Modified Sedan Cup final, 25 laps up on the Speedway City counter. We should be green this time. A very messy looking start as they come out of turn number 4. Confusion reigns here. We should see the yellow light coming on. One of the messiest starts I've ever seen of a feature event here. This is looking a lot better on the restart. Mark Carlin to lead them in, David Smith. Then it's Terry Brown and the 72 of Martin Horson. Good to see the former national champion Justin Drew's got back out there for the feature event after the earlier altercation with Robert Dart. As they head down the back chute, it's David Smith who leads through turn number 3 and 4. Mark Carlin second, Terry Brown back there in third. This is 72 of Martin Horson. Here comes Justin Drew on the outside in car number 7, the Geelong driver, trying to make up for lost time. Of course, he dropped a couple of heat races due to that altercation down here in turn number 3 and 4 when he got sandwiched by the 22 of Robert Dart. Was involved in that altercation with Robert Dart and also Robbie Foe as they continue through turn number 1 and 2. Good racing here from the Modified Sedans. Good to see them here at Speedway City. In fact, haven't raced on a full-time basis here for about 10 years. Out of turn number 4, it's still David Smith the leader. There's an Mount Barker pilot, Terry Brown in the 3rd spot. Justin Drew still trying to work the high side through turn number 1 and 2 as the caution lights have come on. So on the restart, all drivers must pass the orange cone situated on the front chute before they can get back into full racing. Our leader is David Smith. Mark Carlin in the 2nd spot. Then it's the 9 of Terry Brown, the first of the South Aussies here. Then we go back to the 72 of Martin Horson in the 7 of Justin Drew, the 6 of Spider McCarthy. So in the top 6 at the moment, only one South Australian and a whole host of Victorians here as they go through turn number 3 and 4. David Smith still leading the field as they come out of turn number 4. Mark Carlin working him over big time as they come out of turn 4 as he looks to the inside now in turn 1. He may have just got the move. In fact, he has. Mark Carlin now the leader. David Smith back to 2nd. Terry Brown in 3rd. As we look back there, it's number 72 of Martin Horson sitting back there in the 4th spot. Then the 6 of Spider McCarthy rounding out the top 5. Richard Pipe, Bronte Perkins. Oh, the 99 of Corey Reed pulls up very quickly indeed on the front straight. Jumped on the anchors very hard and pulled the car onto the infield very quickly. There's a good battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th here. Martin Horson, Terry Brown and also Spider McCarthy in car number 6. But Mark Carlin now starting to get away from the field here in that bright green number 12. Out of turn number 4. Doing it nicely, of course. This one a very long journey, 25 laps around this particular venue. A lot longer than what these cars are used to racing course, the modified sedans predominantly race in the country. Some of the venues like Murray Bridge, Waikerie and Renmark, it's good to see them at the Metropolitan venue here in South Australia. Of course, Speedway City, the number 1 venue in the state. Down through turn number 1 and 2. Still close, hard racing for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th, but Mark Carlin is just inching away lap by lap in car number 12, doing it very easily and comfortably at the moment as we see the 6 of Spider McCarthy move to the outside. In fact, he's getting the groove to work very nicely indeed. He's gone from 4th to 2nd in one move. The little RX-7 got the traction very nicely indeed and has moved up a couple of spots. Of course, a former state champion won it a couple of years ago at the Renmark Speedway. Also sitting back there in the 4th spot, Martin Horson, a former South Aussie champ, won it at the Tolma Speedway at Bordertown. Number 9 of Terry Brown just dropping back a little bit at the moment. The top 4 hail from Victoria. Then we've got the Adelaide Hills driver out of Mount Barker back there in 5th, Terry Brown. This has been a good race for 2nd or 3rd, 4th and 5th. As we see now, the 6 of Spider McCarthy starting to inch ever so closer to the back of the 12. In fact, McCarthy could be a dark horse here come late in the race. Good move on the outside there from Terry Brown. Good door-to-door action here from the modified sedans. Terry Brown, Martin Horseman and also David Smith turning it on here for the fans. Out of turn number 4, the number 31 of Ben Tuttle has a half lose. In the middle of turn number 1 and 2, 3 and 4, hopefully he can keep it running. As we see now, Terry Brown starting to get away from that pack. Sets his sights on the back of the 6, but here comes Spider McCarthy. If our race leader isn't careful, the number 6 may catch our leader napping as he's closing in very quickly indeed. As we look further back at Tuttle and also Richard Pipe battling it out near the back of the field, but Carlin and McCarthy now in the same picture as they come out of turn number 4. The little RX-7 seems to be enjoying the track conditions at the moment. Carlin still the race leader, McCarthy 2nd. Then we go back to car number 9 of Terry Brown, the first of the locals. Through turn number 3 and 4, rotten luck to see the number 7 of Justin Drew parked on the infield there. As we look further back at Horson and David Smith, side by side through turn number 1 and 2, a bit of door banging there, a bit of panel rubbing between the 2 Mildura drivers. It looks like Horson will take over the race lead, because David Smith, coming off a feature race win only the week before, is in pretty good form in car number 19. Our leader is still Mark Carlin in car number 12. Initially didn't make it to Speedway City for the first event that was actually rained out. This is, of course, a rescheduled event here this evening. And Mark Carlin decided to make his way over here for the rerun. And he may make it pay big time here as he heads down the back straightaway. He's leading a very good field of modified sedan drivers here. Down through turn number 4. Laps starting to dwindle here in the modified sedan feature. In fact, there's the checkered flag for Mark Carlin. 2nd across the line was Spider McCarthy. 3rd to Terry Brown. Then we go back to Martin Horson in car number 72.
Standing here with the Speedway Sedan Digest Modified Sedan Feature Race winner, Mark Carlin. Mark, thanks for joining us here at Speedway City. It was a great trip for you.
Yeah, no, it turned out pretty good. We got a little bit of damage in the end, but yeah, no, it was pretty good coming over here.
And the racetrack tonight, how'd you find it?
Yeah, no, the racetrack was pretty good. I think the weather just affected the track a little bit, dried it out. But yeah, no, apart from that, it was pretty good.
You do most of your racing over in Victoria, of course, places like Warrnambool and Avalon. Does those track experiences help you tonight?
Yeah, I think so a little bit, but it's only a new car, so we're still trying to learn a bit about the car. It's only the 4th meeting that we've done, so yeah, no, it's working pretty good so far.
And I hear that the reason why you weren't here at the initial run before there was rained out was quite a special moment for you.
Yeah, it was actually got married today, so it was sort of good that it got washed out so we could come back over here this time.
Oh, well, congratulations on winning the feature race tonight. I'm sure there's a couple of people you'd like to thank. Yeah,
I'd just like to thank our sponsors, Vickery Brothers Ground Spreads, Shojan Concrete, IPTA Fiberglass, Elmac Car Sales, I&J Speedway Spares, and I'd like to thank the crew, my wife Kylie, Conrad, Chris, my father Max, and my uncle Ray.
Any chance we'll see you back over in a couple of more races? We've got a couple more meetings here at Speedway City.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. See how we're going for cash at that time of the year. So, yeah, hopefully we can get back over here.
Well, thanks for towing over tonight anyway. Congratulations on winning the feature race, and all the best for the rest of the season.
No worries. Thank you very much.